KILR Taylor Game.
Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome back to X-Plane 7 as we continue our flight to Las Vegas. I am fully rested now. I was really tired. I hope everyone is having a splendid day. We're about ready to smash into the side of the mountain. No cause for alarm. We may have to go around it and follow this river. Unless I can get it up high enough, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Yeah, this little Cessna does not want to go any higher than what it's going. Folks are going to make a quick landing here. No cause for alarm. Other than the water right there. I don't think we're going up. Alright, we'll go back down this way. Oh no! Oh no! No! I think we broke the... No! Help! Let this be a lesson, folks. Do not try to take your Cessna through the Rocky Mountains. You might have a little bit of a trouble. So the problem is we're getting to a height that the Cessna does not want to fly. It's kind of like we're in a maze at the moment and trying to find a way out, you know, and you have to work your way through the maze. You can't just hop over the wall. Try to get that altitude like we did before. There's a mountain in front of me. I think we're finding the limitations of the Cessna here. It looks like we can get over that, but as we've come to figure, hey, there's trees over there. There might be a way through over here, though. I am going to dub the Rocky Mountain Challenge. Let's see if you can make your way through the Rockies with a Cessna. I'm able to start building up some more speed again. I'm gonna take advantage of that and try to push this. Whoops. Try to push this even a little higher. It's weird. It's so far it's been like whenever we think we have enough altitude, it winds up not being enough later. But we are nothing but determined here. We can get over that, but it's further up ahead. We're not going to be able to get over. That river there appears to be going in such a way that we might be able to make it. get some more altitude here. I have to do these in like little spurts. It's getting a little bit lower in this direction over here. And we're going to have one heck of a celebration once we can get through this. You see, when I planned this out, on Navigraph, I really wish it had a vor to vor ability to, you know, to keep in mind of VFR aircraft, but it looks like we might be able to make it this way, actually. I think we can make it through that way. We're going to go for it. I might regret it, but we're going to go for it. Wait a minute. That's going back the other direction. That's going north. We don't want to go that way. There's the canyon. Okay. Got some more speed again. Let's try to get our altitude a little bit higher. We're gonna make it through these Rocky Mountains. I'm determined. Hey, if anything, we know that there are definitely Rocky Mountains here with X-Plane 7. we doing on that topography here? Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, see, there's that crevice there. If we can just get into there and follow it, as long as that remains a crevice and that we're not trying to climb any further altitude, we might be able to make it through. This is the direction that we want to go. Now, granted, the safe way would be to make a right and come back and go through here. I mean, we'll definitely get through the Rocky Mountains this way. But I'd like to try to... I mean, come on, this would be more fun, wouldn't it? Go in this direction? Maybe it's a mistake. We can zoom out here. That's actually kind of cool. Can't really tell anything from here, though. You can see it a little bit over here. The zoom out from the that's a cool feature. I wish we could do that in Flight Simulator. Now, where's that canyon? Is this it up here? Or is it what we're coming up to? No, that's it. This is it right here. We're coming up to it. Let's see. That still does not look like we're going to make it. Maybe. Let's give it a shot. The Rocky Mountain Challenge. been able to pick up some more speed, so let's gain some more altitude. Slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. We're trying to get up here. There's definitely a slight canyon there. Or crevice, or you know, whatever that little thing is called. Will it be enough to get us through, though? Well, according to this, we should be flying straight ahead and working our way down. Yeah, this is the direction we should be heading. Basically, follow that river. Alright, follow the river. We're just about going the right direction, though. If we take a look at the VOR, we're not too far off. Hey, John. You haven't missed too much. We're still in the Rocky Mountains, trying to make it through it. This is turned into an educational video about flying a Cessna through/over the Rocky Mountains. Not something I would recommend. Yes, that is 12,600 feet. I am having to, which as a matter of fact we can do it again. I'm having to bring it up in altitude in spurts like this. Yeah, this is actually very nice. And it especially looks pretty cool when we change the clouds. These are more those two-dimensional clouds, like what we saw in X-Plane 6. However, if we go over here to options, you know, translate this to English here. Conditions atmosphericus. Click on that. And what we want to do is change this to Nuboso. could probably clear this one. Oh, no, 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 no. Keep that one, Nuboso. Clear this one, Bruma. 17,500 feet. Oh, that base is okay. We're still good. And then we have 3D clouds. Now look at that. That's not bad. And we can go in there and we can change the not the shape, but we can go in here, go into Optionos Graphicus or graphics options, and we can change like how many how many noobs it has. it's not called noobs. This is number of clouds, number of cloud, like the number of cloud puffs each of the clouds have, and this one here is the size of the cloud puffs. Sorry. And this noobs. It's just kind of funny. Nubis is probably how it's pronounced. These are the 3D clouds here. So we can go in there and we can make these smaller. We can go in here and maybe change this a little bit. By default, this is set to 1.0. But this is 3D clouds, and Flight Simulator didn't even have 3D clouds. I think with Active Sky, you sort of kind of have 3D clouds. Nope, this is VMware. Could not get it running natively. So yeah, so this is VMware with Windows 7. Now I need to be a little bit more clear when I say VMware. You need to be using VMware Workstation, where it allows you to use the 3D accelerated graphics. The basic VMware is probably not going to work. You're going to need VMware Workstation, which costs more, to be able to use the 3D graphics within the virtualization. Now, it looks like it's getting higher up here. Yeah, this has turned into a maze. Although it seems to continue going through. This is getting kind of crazy. For sure, if we turn around and go this way, we'll make it through. But I'm trying to make it through this way. If we can just get past this, I think we'll be clear. Yeah, no, it's in all the way. And I've always discovered when you start pulling this out, you start losing power. Because leaning it is pulling out. Rich is pushing it in. This thing is full throttle. But as it will gain more speed. It just does it slowly. And then I need to, once again, try to get it up and try to get it up quickly. And then turn my autopilot back on again. Thankfully, I had made a backup copy. As a matter of fact, let's make a backup copy here. Let's take a snapshot. Because when I continued 44 minutes ago, yeah, we had a bit of a problem. And you know what? I think that was the focus of X-Plane, was to model the planes so they were more accurate. If I'm understanding the bits and pieces that I've been finding about X-Plane here and there, this was more marketed to the aviation industry rather than consumer. And that may explain why trying to find versions 1 through 4 is either difficult or next to impossible. I would love to be able to get those copies, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We are heading to the Rattlesnake / Farmington VOR, which is 87 miles away. I think it did have scenery. This is actually very pretty. I think if we follow this river, or maybe that river there, I think it's mainly this one, I think we might be able to make it through. This texture is nice. P3D has more variety. This is more sharper though. But honestly, if you're going to be flying P3D seriously, you should be replacing the texture set. Either replace it with Orbix or replace it with like the F-Scene textures, the F-Scene 4X, or what is there? There's like what, Ultimate Environment, Ground Environment, replacing the textures that way. You know, if in my opinion, that's what you should be doing. You know, don't be flying with default textures. If you're wanting to take the flying with P3D seriously. And if you're looking just to get into flight sims, you know, just as a beginner, I wouldn't recommend P3D anyway. I would say go with FSX Steam because it's a lot cheaper. Look at this. Here, we can see the canyon here. I think this is still the way to go. Yeah, we're still following it. This looks a little deeper, although it's kind of thin there. We're still going on track, though. This is another new thing. We saw this before, but there are tabs up here, whereas before there weren't. Yeah, so we can see the textures here. That's the psychedelic version right there. Really? Light and dark? See, I haven't used... I mean, I'm assuming... See, the thing is the textures look... They're the same as FSX. And FSX is pretty much the same as Flight Simulator 4. Sorry, 9. Not 4, 9. FS9 and FSX are really close to each other. FSX just pushes it just a little bit further. But heck, even in FS9, I replaced the textures. And it looks great, I think. I can see that the crevice that we saw on that map. All right, we've gained some more speed here. Let's push it a little bit higher. I gotta tell you, I am having a blast with these old X-planes. It has been an eye-opener. It has really been an eye-opening experience. Heck, these clouds they look almost as good as X-Plane 11. Well, the default ones. The default clouds on X-Plane 11 are not that bad looking, really. Ah, yeah. I like the Ortho 4XP, however, the orthophotos. However, there's one problem with it, and that's the fact that you also get clouds along the ground as well. I didn't think that the alpha would let you in that quickly. I thought you would have to submit it and then they would choose based off of that. It still looks pretty high up over there. I think we're gonna have to go that direction. I know. I'm zoomed out also, but well, that's not the right direction. We're going the wrong direction that way. There's this way here. That might do it. Let's turn this direction. Now, what about over here? Got some more speed. Let's try to get a little bit more higher again. Yeah, the stream following didn't quite work on one of our tries. It was still going up the side of the mountain, but that does look promising. Maybe going around through here, and I think it looks like there's a way over here. I have created a new challenge. It's called the Rocky Mountain Challenge. Can you fly a Cessna through the Rocky Mountains? Well, let me pull up this map again. This down here is Durango. I'm trying to get us over here to Durango if possible. I think if we make it through this way, we'll do it. The direction that you're suggesting, I think, is taking us this way. We don't want to go that way. We want to make a left. This is what I'm hoping to do, is come through this way.
Okay, 3 mile final, Derby, left base, runway 15.
And I think following the river, I think, is going to do it. The road's taking us not in the direction we want to go. Oh yeah, balloons are new. Yeah, hot air balloons are new. There's Autogen, that also looks new too. That way, right there. Not the river, but right through here. I think that's it. Now, the one airplane that we liked on X-Plane 6 is not on this version. However, I think I can copy that aircraft out of X-Plane 6, and I think I can put it in here. I will say that the Cessna is definitely better on X-Plane 7, oh, there's a river there, yeah, than it is on X-Plane 6. At least we have an autopilot on here. If I didn't have an autopilot, we would not be able to do this right now. I'm able to at least hold her steady and get us up in altitude slowly but surely. One thing I noticed though is the rainstorms are better on X-Plane 6 than they are on X-Plane 7. I'm not quite sure what happened. I tried the thunderstorms and they don't look as impressive. Like I'm not seeing the rain falling. I can hear it, but I don't see it.
Delta 1760, turn left heading 130. 130 to 760.
There's a road down there too. I think that's a different road than before. I think that's the ticket right there. Now you can click up here and it will actually, whoops. And well, yeah, so you can kind of this is actually nice right here. I don't think this does this on X-Plane 11, where you can click up here and then kind of look around. This is the course we should be following. We're not too far off. Looks like there's a little beacon or something down there. There's a road that goes off in that direct. Oh, and the river goes that way too. I think it seems deeper over here. I think that's the way we want to go right there. Of course, the road's going this way, but I think the river's going in here. Well, if there's anything that I have more hours on, it's a Cessna. If you consider the fact that I've flown since the early flight simulators.
Okay, 3 mile final Kirby, left base, rolling 15 kilometers.
I really know how to push this thing. Hey, RJP. Nice to see you again. Welcome to the Rocky Mountain Challenge. We are doing our best to make it through here. In a Cessna. And yes, we are at 13,600 feet. Pretty close. Kids, don't do this at home. Only a trained professional. I have a couple of nice bloopers that I'll be able to put on the channel. I am glad I had made a backup snapshot. That's all I'm saying. No, we don't do mistakes here. Even when it looks like we're doing a mistake, no, we really mean it. Like landing the 707 the way we did. Come on, I was impressed. I impressed myself. I did not think I was going to be able to land that thing that decently. Now, all the passengers that were on there were not happy, but, yeah, well, they can get over it. Hey, you know, a little bit of thrill. And the little bit of thrill never hurt anybody. Happens on roller coasters all the time. Planes make great roller coasters. And just think, with planes, not only are they better roller coasters, but you got more freedom because you're not limited to a track. I'm going to push this Cessna a little bit higher. We're on course, so if we can stay the course that we've got right now, we'll be back on the flight plan. Which I'll pull up here so that way you can see it. this one? Nope. Yeah. So here's the plan. Now, I didn't think I was going to have this kind of a problem because I was following the airways. Well, I guess they're higher, but yeah, so coming down like this and around like this. That's how I created it. This is where we're trying to get through, right here. Right over here to Rattlesnake. Then we got Tuba City, Grand Canyon. So we'll be flying right over Grand Canyon National Park. Right over here to Peach Springs. And then on up Boulder City and then Las Vegas. There is something oddly yellow over here to the left. What in the heck is that? I don't want to find out, but that's a forest fire. Yeah, that's a forest fire. Maybe that's crashed AI aircraft. Yeah, there are some scenarios. Ooh, 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 ooh! Lake, lake, lake. Good direction here. Yeah, there are some, I think, scenarios that you can go in here, because there's certain aircraft that think you can put out forest fires and stuff. What are we doing on our map? We're getting there. I think that's the lake. Yeah, so we come over here, come south. I think we should be home free. Another river. Go right down that way. I think that's it, folks. I think we've got this. And these clouds are just impressive. I am really impressed by these clouds this early in the development. Oh, so John, oh, yeah, I think you're with it. Uh, the flight that we did with Arrow's request, is on YouTube. I posted that yesterday. I came up with a new theme idea on Killer TV for Tuesdays. Call them Twitch Tuesdays. So previous Twitch streams will be uploaded on a Tuesday. And I have a specific opening, so I call it Killer Twitch Streams. Now, not everything that we're streaming will go up on Tuesday. Some of the stuff that I'm streaming are meant to be episodes of their own series. But there are just some random type of flights, like this one here, that will be part of a Killer Twitch stream series. I just thought that might be kind of a neat thing to do. I don't think we need any more altitude. I think we've got it. And we are headed straight in the direction of Farmington, New Mexico, which that's our flight plan. I am going to take another snapshot, though. I did not come all this way to lose this progress. Let's clear up the weather a little bit. How about that? Let's clear up the weather. All right. Visibility is supposedly excellent. We're clear there. Oh, yeah, here's another thing. On the atmosphere options, there's two more tabs here. There's one for water. So you can change, I think, like the direction and like the waves, velocity, stuff like that. And then also space. Here, Aurora Borealis. That's actually in English right there. But then there's also frequency of meteorites. So apparently there's meteorites in this. That's relatively new. I've not seen that. All right, let's go down here and let's make these clouds a little bit thinner. I do think that I'm going to want to lower the altitude, though. I don't think we're getting a whole lot of speed. This is really hard to read. I think we're traveling at 89, a ground speed, I think, of 89 knots, which is not very fast. 46 miles to Farmington, New Mexico. We made it! Yay! We made it! Some more rivers or lakes over there. Oh, another thing that you can do on this, there are more options for joystick or controller functions. I noticed that. And plus, you can add more than one controller in the controller options here. I'll show that to you. No, that's down here, joystick and equipment. So there's a lot more options here than there were before. And plus, you've got room for 3 controllers now instead of just 1. So that's another improvement that X-Plane 7 did upon 6. Not just yet. Let's at least try to get past this part here. But this does look like it's flattening out a little bit more. Something's going on over here. This might be Durango over here. Yeah, that white that we're seeing is definitely Durango. And here it is. There's Rattlesnake right there. There's even an airport there. Man, what was it? Farmington. Yeah. And then we're heading off in this direction here. So the it looks like the airways are figured out here. You know, there has been an AI that's been tracking us this whole time. Every time I look, there is something sitting really close by. I believe that if you have AI aircraft, it seems to generate it somewhere near you. So the AI traffic doesn't seem to have any direction that it wants to go. It doesn't seem to have a motive other than being somewhere near you. Oh, and another thing too, you can set the number of AI aircraft. I did that originally, and when we started flying over, when we took off and were clearing Denver International, you could see a variety of the different aircraft that X-Plane has sitting on the ground. With no buildings, it looked like a parking lot. I love this ability. Being able to click on this and be able to kind of scroll around. I wish you could click this and then adjust it and, you know, keep it that way. But the moment you click it, it goes right back to default. I guess in a way that is kind of good too, because it's, you know, once you move this around, it's kind of like, oh, where was the standard? You know, it's like, was it here? Was it there? But at least when you click it, it puts it right back to what it should be. So no, it's not. "37 miles to Farmington, New Mexico." I think we have cleared the mountains for good. Alright, let's go ahead and go down in altitude, which should give us some more speed. Let's set it right about there. We're getting pulled to one side here. Okay, let's turn off the autopilot. Turn it back on. Let's see if that does it. There we go. There is an airport down there. I don't think that's Farmington. Definitely a lot lower. I think also the clouds are casting shadows on the landscape. I don't remember seeing that on X-Plane 6. And I think that's because the clouds were not 3D objects, where in this case they are. And clouds casting shadows on the landscape, I don't think that became a thing until P3D. Because I don't remember any options in FSX about clouds casting shadows. But take a look. I think you can see some of the shadows. I don't think that they might be patches of the green, but on some of the other areas that we flew, you could definitely tell. Yeah, that's actually the landscape. But in the other areas where I was flying, you could definitely tell. Here's some right here. Right here, here. Yeah, you could see shadows. Oh, trees also. There are also trees, autogen trees. You see them more around the residential business areas, and once in a while you'll see like a little patch of trees, out here. Like, no, I don't think those are. No, I think these are actually patches of trees, especially since it's going over the road there, and like the river there. "20 miles to Farmington." No. I haven't noticed. I don't think I have any other things that are popping up on this. At least I don't think I have anything set to do that. The only possible, the one thing that I know that I do have set up is the animation when someone subscribes or follows to the channel or does a raid. That I have set up. I did have something else that I was trying there for a bit to kind of like show if someone, who had subscribed, the top subscriber or something like that. I think I had something like that, but or it wasn't that, or it was something like you could click something on the screen to be able to put. That might be what you're seeing. I think you might be seeing something called powered up animations, where you can click it and you got like little animations and stuff that you can throw up onto the screen just for fun. I think that might be what you're seeing. So like a little icon or something comes up to say, hey, click me, and you might. It's a little thing to, for viewers to have a little bit of interaction, a little bit of fun during the stream. And as I continue to develop here on Twitch, I want to be able to put a little bit more stuff in there, giving viewers, a few more fun things to kind of play around with, while we're doing the stream. Which I think that's what makes Twitch a lot more fun than just doing a stream on YouTube, because you have all these neat little things to engage the viewers and have them feel like they're even more part of the stream, So I think Twitch is great when you want to interact with the viewers a lot more. The streaming over on YouTube, I think that works when I'm trying to draw more people to the channel, as far as getting more subscribers over to the YouTube channel. Oh, so update. Sometime next month, I believe I will be getting some videos out. I'll be streaming with them first. We'll be doing some test flights with it. But SubLogic ATP, Airline Transport Pilot, we're going to be doing some stuff with that. So that is going to be in July. Now, I already... it's because I'm waiting for a special package that I just recently got with ATP. Now, I already have SubLogic ATP, but it's on a floppy disk. The one that I recently got is actually on CD-ROM. So, it costed a little bit, but I was determined. I wanted to get this package. I'd not seen it before, but I think you guys are going to be a little impressed on what I got. I think I think with SubLogic ATP, we're going to have to come up with a new series for that. Although I'd like to have it follow the same world tour, I don't think we're going to be able to do that successfully, especially since it's going to be based mainly on airlines. So obviously they're going to need to be a little bit more distance in between airports than what the World Tour Series is. I have some ideas, but I'll work that out once we start getting those episodes together. Something else that'll be making a return is SubLogic Flight. I'm a little behind on getting with that, so be ready for some streams on that one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely need more hours. "14 miles to Farmington." It looks like we might be at a good altitude. Oh, that does look like it's still down there a bit. I think that's Farmington, just ahead. That is, or that over there is. I think we can bring our altitude down a little bit more. Yeah, 12 miles to go. The one that's coming up is definitely not Farmington. This one I think is a little too close. That one there looks about right though. Do you see the shadows on the clouds now? Now you can really see it. Very noticeable now. See, and when new viewers come and you notice that some ask, "Why are you playing X-Plane 7?" This is why. This is why. It's like a whole new discovery. We're discovering something new here, with these old simulators. And yeah, I know I'm weird, but I think it's neat to be able to explore it, and I think they're just as enjoyable as the later ones. I mean, my thought is they were enjoyable back then. Why can't they be enjoyable again? You know what I mean? It's not like, back with Flight Simulator 5 or 98 and people were like, this is okay. People really enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed doing custom content. They enjoyed, the add-ons and the expansions that came, and they were perfectly good with it. So why does that need to change? Why can't they be just as fun in the year 2020 as they were back then? So that is my view on those. That's my motivation to do them, is to be able to enjoy them now, and even more so, just as I did back then, and be able to share that enjoyment with everyone. And, you know, maybe quite possibly be an inspiration for those. You know, maybe they thought, you know, I wonder what it was like to play Flight Simulator 98 or one of the old X-Planes. You know, and, you know, maybe they, you know, they don't want to go through the process of getting it, but they wish they could see someone doing it. Well, here we go. Looks like we got about 6 miles to Farmington.
American 1262 Heavy is going to maintain 2000, turn 160.
Whoop. Blah! There's Farmington right up there. And then once we get to Farmington, we'll be going at a heading of 243 on the way to Tuba City. Let's get a little bit of music going on here. I was doing the synthwave before. I'm not going to be doing that anymore because when I put these up on YouTube, guess what happens? I get copyright claims. Not strikes, just claims. So, greedy little corporations trying to claim my video, even though they wouldn't make very much from it. So we'll just play my music, the music that I created. This is Adrift by Von Shep, aka the Killer Gamer. Yeah, they do. If anything, I think it, you know, the music, it should be kind of like free advertising. I mean, I've got talking that's going over the music. There's sound effects going over the music. If someone really wanted to get that song, they're going to want it without all that crap over it. You know, so they hear a song, hey, that's a great song. You know, and then they go, you know, find it where they can purchase it or something. That's my opinion. I know. There are several that disagree. We got an outer marker there. All right, let's change our heading to 243. Not too much off than what we're doing right now. This sound here, this sounds like something from the original Star Trek. The little beep sound. It reminds me of the little light that would appear on Sulu's board, where it would go beep, beep, beep. It reminds me of that. Not just some of them were like little rectangular based, or square based. When they light up, I thought they always looked like hard candies or something that were on the control board. I've watched the new Star Trek series, like Star Trek Discovery Season 1, Season 2, and then Picard. And it was kind of meh. I liked Season 2 of Discovery because Captain Pike was absolutely cool, what they did with them. And I'm really looking forward to a Captain Pike series. I'm glad that they're doing one. Picard, I just didn't really care for it. The one episode where he reunited with Riker and Troy on the one planet, I thought was probably the best episode of that whole show, because that one felt like an actual Star Trek episode, where all the other ones, it's kind of like, it's like something else in the Star Trek universe. What about Enterprise? What about Star Trek Enterprise with Scott Bakula? I love Enterprise. I like Enterprise because it feels a little bit more closer to our time period, in regards to how they talk and the things that they do. They had like movie night. They had a mess hall that was, they had an actual chef that was doing stuff. And besides, come on, when you have a captain that says to a Vulcan ambassador that he ought to knock him on his ass, that right there spells that's a cool captain right there. I love Enterprise. It may have been a little shaky when it first came out, but if you rewatch it now, I think there's a whole new appreciation for it. Oh shoot, I'm on airport. Darn it! I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Tuba City is 148 miles away. RJP. That is pretty cool. Gonna go ahead and lower our altitude again. Actually, let me check. All right, Tuba City is at an elevation of 5,000. I'm going to see if I can lower the pitch trim here and try to get a little bit more speed. That may not work. KTNN. We'll pull that up in a moment. Looks like I've been able to increase our speed to around 90 knots.
klas 11:59, 1 minute. Because in the way countdown, either listen to the way Shannon Dale, ACA countdown, even as a 700
Little hard to hear.
New Year, that of the Tuka and writing.
But yeah, I can hear it. No, flaps are up.
KTNN, Window Rock, Tohatchee, Montezuma Creek. Happy the year 2020,
Look how this Cessna has got 2 antennas on the top. I have not seen one that's got 2 antennas. One, but not 2.
New Year 2020, Diego Closey, Ani Painted, not something Jono that is Misto, Ishiban, Pita, Kesto, Benyet, Count that is of Nato, Jono that of Fibs of Bantas case, honestly. Oh, Ani, what Jokoban Saki, so I know that, Nazega, ending just now, actually, I think she cares that you know they have. 2020 and it's sort of out that level and I go get all what else and not the bit that your interest. Oh, what and I know, different ID, Kajiki 2020 and not on that be I got so one kid, I think about 2020 the many
Yeah, I heard about the code speakers. That's interesting. I didn't know what it sounded like, but yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alrighty, we'll see in a few. Let's do a little bit of weather changing here. Let's clear up the weather just a tad. Whoop. Nope, don't like that. was not quite what I was hoping to do. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. There we go. We're at 9,000 feet, roughly, on our way to Tuba City. 130 miles away. That'll give me an opportunity to go through some stuff here. I have to send my work laptop back to the company. If I can throw that out. Yep, definitely throw that out. I might keep this. Hey, it works still. One of my very old Virgin mobile phones. When the heck did I charge this up at? Guess that was it right there. Ah, okay, that one goes to the laptop. Huh. Found my lavalier mic. Oh, crap, what a mess. So we are on our way to Las Vegas. Our next waypoint is Tuba City. Looks to me like we might need to regain some altitude here. We'll take her up to about 10,000 here. We'll have to do it a little bit at a time. I might be able to push it right to 9,500. Come on, baby, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. There we go. We'll get back to some more music here. My music. Since everyone else tries to copyright claim whatever I have, so. So I just make my own. This tune is rather appropriate. This is the ending theme that I use for the X-Plane Xcapades series over on YouTube. So, quite fitting, actually. And the X-Plane Xcapades is not necessarily specific to X-Plane 11, although so far it has been. But I can maybe see us doing some old X-Plane with that series. That might be rather interesting. But I kind of figured I might be using these old X-Plane simulators for the killer light flights. That mountain's looking a little high.
I don't want to go through this again.
We already had a bit of a challenge trying to get the Cessna over the Rocky Mountains. Just a little bit more, little girl. Just a little bit more. Ah! All right. Yeah, she's getting a little irritated with me, isn't she?
250. Copy.
I believe this is the tune that I use for the ending credits for VAT. Yeah, this is for VATSIM Ventures. Titled Venture Beyond. And of course there's Venture Ahead, which is the opening tune. Yeah, that's from the VATSIM Venture series. This one's not from any series. At least not yet. Yeah, I think we'll be able to clear this. Just barely. Sitting at 107 miles to Tuba City. Yeah, this song is my attempt at some Middle Eastern Egyptian style music. Called Devil in the Wind. I think it wound up being more creepy, if anything. Yep, all this music I did. I use a program called Magic's Music Maker. That dates back to version 3.0 for me. Used that in the 90s, and well, obviously it's still going today. And so it's got a lot more variety of sound loops that you can get. So it's all sound loops and everything that I put together, try to form music. I wanted to have my own stuff for my cinematic videos and other types of videos, instead of just trying to find royalty-free, copyright-free music. Gives me a bit more freedom. I would do the broadcasting and stuff here on, while doing streams, but then when I put it up on YouTube, it's like they copyright claim everything, so piss on them, I guess. I'll just use my own stuff. Now, the music that I use in the truck simulator, the American and the European truck simulator, that is royalty-free, copyright-free music by Kevin MacLeod, I believe. I bought, I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks, but I bought the whole collection. And the music's free, you don't have to pay for it. But there's so much of it that I just went ahead and just paid for it, and I was able to download all of it, and a nice big like 4-part zip file. So yeah, he is. But I've also been, if I've managed to find any tunes that I like from the YouTube library, like Geographer, I like his stuff. I'll download those and I'll use them on some stuff. Got about 99 miles. 99 left balloons. 99 miles to Tuba City. Ah, here's the theme to light flights. Which I entitled Quick Hop. I think I have Tuba City. Yeah, no, I'm heading in the right direction. Okay. I have like 6 hours worth of music that I've composed and put together. So even though there are tunes that you've heard on my videos, that's just scratching the surface of the number of stuff that I've been putting together. Which ones are fuel Ooh. I think we're going to need to get some fuel, folks. We're looking a little low on gas. Think we'll be able to make it to Tuba City? That's looking awfully low. Let's take a look at the maps here and see if there's any airports. I am not sure what these are. They could be airports, but I am not certain. There's Gallup. Yeah, I think these are airports. There is an airport here at Gallup, I know that. So there's, it looks like there might be a couple of airports over here. Winslow, Arizona is over here. We could make a stop at Winslow. That looks like that might be a little ways away though. Zoom in more. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we got Chinle and Chinle Municipal. And then we got our shadow that keeps following us. Well, we have to pretend that there's fuel. There's no actual gas. There's no actual gas stations or anything like that. Yeah, not like Flight Simulator, you know, where you got the little fuel boxes you can park right over and it fills up your tank. Yeah, but really, there's nothing like that on the X-Plane. I guess they figure, why do that when you can just go into the settings and add gas? Which would be a little bit more realistic than, you know, driving over a fuel box. Shiprock. I don't think those airports exist anymore, because I don't see them in... I don't see them anymore in Navigraph. Oh, there it is. I see it. Chinle Municipal is E91. Let's go over here to the airport. We'll go ahead and add E91. Ah, crap. Oh, it totally messed up everything. Now I gotta redo it. Boom. Okay, we're 9 miles away from it. Elevation is 5,500 feet. We're about 3 minutes away. E91. Is it off in this direction? I'm like looking at this here. There we go. I think it's this way. Must be getting close to it. Or we're flying over it.
Cessna 4155 Bravo, turn right heading to 5 vectors Chimbununi. They are about 5 miles from your current position.
That sounds absolutely horrible.
Heading 178 down to 160304.
5 miles. Shouldn't we be able to see that airport by now? Wait. I think that might be it right there. That might be a balloon. Unless the map says it's here, but the airport really isn't here. We should be right there. Yeah, that's a balloon. There she is. I think. Yeah, it's right next to us. Yeah, I was following it before, but it, then it just passed me by. Does it have power lines? Like this right here? We're facing south, pretty much.
Okay, well, fly heading up 150 for 31 right. We have November and we're calling to 250 United 8 heavy.
There it is. There we go. Yeah, it is. I don't understand what it's doing.
Correct, 588, heavy to right heading 070, stay airspeed.
Hey, at least we got some buildings over here. I like how these little airports have buildings, but then the big ones, the international airports, have nothing. And I've noticed that these runways have mile markers on the side. Well, I know they're not mile markers, but distance markers. Like that's 3, and then up ahead it'll be 2. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, but I've not seen it at any other airport.
I need 250. Copy.
Well, I think there's a taxiway over here. Maybe not. Oh wait, I see it. Oh, look up ahead. There is a guy waving with a car. Sorry. See him? Hi!
Correct, 588, heavy to right heading 070, stay airspeed.
Whoops. I stopped the... Screech! He's been waiting this whole time. He's been hearing, I think there's a plane coming. Hi! I've always wanted to be a pilot. I don't think there's any actual parking spots. Let me see here. Whoops. Oh, there's one way up there. Oh, dang it. Whoops. Wasn't paying attention.
Challenger 125 on November 6, Valor 6.
Whirr! Screech! Screech! Huh, I don't even see the propeller over here.